Good morning. My name is Kay Jarrell, and I'm a volunteer at the National Museum of the United States Army. I love museums. I grew up near the Henry Ford and Greenfield Village in Dearborn, Michigan, and going there was one of my favorite things. I fell in love with Williamsburg when I was 8. So far, those on Founding the Nation and Army and Society that clarify the relationship of the Army and the Congress and the executive branch. So many people think that the military, the Army included, is controlled by the executive branch. But the original vision was that Congress had final say through power of the purse. And there are 2 splendid exhibits, plus some other mentions of why that works and why it's important. To be shy, and then I spent 40 years in hospitality, and I love talking to people. I like finding out what we can do for them. I like to get their stories. I became an extrovert by professional practice, and this is right up my alley. I have only had a few shifts, a couple a week for the month we were able to be open so far. And I only had 1 shift in Gallery 9, which covers the world as we are currently experiencing the Army in the field. But I thought to ask a guest if they had served there because they looked like they were the right age. I was standing by the painted Humvee doors, and I asked, is there anything you can tell me about this exhibit? And he remembered Humvees and unit paint jobs around him while he was serving in Afghanistan. So that was a success. The next time I circled by that area, I encountered a woman in her 40s, and I asked that question. And what a story I got. She was civilian staff right over at Fort Belvoir on the procurement side. And she was part of the team that worked on the highly focused and fast effort to up-armor Humvees when the Army learned that they were not up to the task that they were facing in Iraq and Afghanistan. And she talked about how much she valued having known she was having an impact on the lives of others a world away from her. And then told me a few more things about how she's continued and various projects that her department's worked on. That sense of connection she felt hand in hand with the forces she was assisting. Makes me choke up. If you're good with hanging around and talking to people and interested in history near or far in the past, this is a great gig. The training I got was excellent. The materials we are given to learn from and work for are fascinating, and you will meet the most amazing people. I urge folks that are interested in working for a museum to pick this one. A visitor to the museum is going to get not just history, but stories. This isn't just a history museum. It's a his and hers story museum. The focus on soldiers makes it unlike anything I've seen at battlefields, historic homes, historic recreation spaces, monuments. It is personal. And it's about individuals that if you put your mind to it, any one of us can identify with, whether it's looking at a Vietnam era mess kit and thinking about your cousin, your uncle, your dad sitting in the jungle trying to heat up some food, or I have my dad's flashlight that looks just like the ones the military used in the 40s and 50s. And I think of him walking around his B-24 before a mission, doing an inspection. The objects we have and the people we have to tell the stories of those objects can make them come alive and personalize them for a visitor. This question is directly stolen from another docent. What's your favorite object in this gallery for people that are outbound? And people that are inbound to my gallery, I'm going to say, stop by when you leave and tell me what your favorite object in this gallery turned out to be. Because we don't often, as individuals, viewing a museum, seeing a battlefield, think about how that relates to us, how that makes, how an object, a place, a view across Antietam can bring the moment in history to life and connect you to it. So I'd like to encourage people to look at things that catch their attention and make them think. The Army is us. We, the people, asked them to come, they came, they served. As our representatives in Congress control the military, we benefit from their service. I would like people to value the individuals that make up that Army and all of our forces, because they are our families, our friends, and important to the operation of our nation.